Stop number 30 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the Brushy Mountains of North Wilkesboro Speedway for the second visit here this season, as we're here today for running of the Tyson Holly Farms 400. As the season now rounds the far turn and heads for home on the season, as we're down to 5 races remaining on the season after counting this one, obviously. And here's the starting lineup for this running event. On the pole is the man second place in the points, Quentin Moore, the number 21 Citgo Ford. On the pole for this event here today, he won at Watkins Glen this season, and it's just 15 points behind the leader coming into this event here at North Wilkesboro. So points may take a swing today or not. We'll see what happens here. Johnny Gardner sits alongside of him in the number 8 Snickers Buick. They're both them. Well, Quentin's won at Wilkesboro before. Johnny has not, believe it or not, so we'll see if he does or not today or not. Second row has Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet car number 3, and number 94, Jesse Turner in the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile. Third row has Levi Mcentire in car 17, and number 52 car, it is Seth Cole. Fourth row has the points leader, Jessica Shelton, in number 9 Coors Light Ford. She's alongside car number 26, the Quaker State Ford of Matt Mcentire. Fifth row has Kyle Matthews in 42, the defending race champion in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac, and Mitchell Collins, car number 20, the Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile. He starts alongside in the field. He starts 10th in this race, a very good qualifying run for him. Next row sees Zach Rogers in number 1, going for the Wilkesboro sweep. He won here the last time he was here. He's alongside Nathan Orman in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Orman coming off the second place run at Martinsville. Next row has Charles Sanford in 24 and 31, Joshua Osborne. Next row sees car 68, Cab Shearer, and 25, Benjamin Miles. Next row, Dylan Young in car number 2 and number 66, Ryan Brommer. Next row down has the man who won at Martinsville, the last race in the tour. It's Christian Russell. Car number 7 is Eric Henry's Ford. And number 4, William Brock, who saw alongside. He won a second stop at Pocono. Next row is Keith Batson in car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford. He won the second race. Race at Richmond this season. He's alongside car number 43, Mike Becker. Next row has car number 55, Nathan Hudson, and number 15, Jackson Haywood. Next row sees car 33, Jacob Thibodeau, and number 12, Rob Evans. Next row has number 5, Phil Parker, and car number 29, Zachary Fitzwater. Then it's Paul Minnick in number 10. Beside him would be car number 14. It is Ryan George. Next row has car number 22, Dylan Potey, and car number 30, Jay Jefferson. Then it's Matt Haas, number 18, and number 11, Adam Garcia. Next row, Gene Sanford, 98, and number 83, Alex Miller. The next row has number 90, Jordan Anderson, and number 75, Laura Chung. Next row has Kat Betson in 27, and Wade Brummer in number 70. And starting shotgun the field will be car number 71, Henry Sanford. Starts alongside in the 71 Big Apple Markets Chevrolet. So the field of 41 cars line up here for to command the fire engines for this running of the Tyson Holly Farms 400. 100 we're set for 60 laps of racing here today, and here comes the command of fire the engines here at North Wilkesboro. We should mention that both the points leaders have the in-car cameras in today's event here, both Quentin Moore and Jessica Shelton. And our third camera line inside the car of Kyle Matthews as the field rolls off onto the racetrack here. And here we'll be back for the start right after this. Pace car ducks off on the pit road here as the field enters turn number 3. Quentin Moore, who comes in this race 15 points behind Jessica Shelton in the championship chase here, looking to see if he can close up any more today, or maybe even possibly take the points lead after this whole thing. The green flag flies, and the Holly Farms 400 is on. You remember Quentin won at Wilkesboro last season. His win came in the first Union 400 last season. As they come off to number 4 here, as Moore comes off the quarter to lead the first lap here, so he gets 5 extra bonus points, and what a shot that is from the spectator view you see right there. Johnny Gardner, second position. Third is Cole Deaver. Fourth position, battling for fourth, is Levi Mcentire and Jesse Turner as they come into turn number 3. Jessica Shelton now pulls alongside Seth Cole for position as they come off turn number 4. Pole speed for this event here at Wilkesboro, 111 miles an hour was the pole speed set by Quentin Moore. As you see Kyle Matthews and Jessica Shelton running to nose to tail as they go into turn number 3. On board with Kyle Matthews in car 42. Matthews, you remember, won this race last season. Matthews, by the way, after the race at Martinsville, he moved up into the top, back up in the top 10 in the points chase. I think he's currently like 7th, I think, in the points. I think coming into this race right now. Oddly enough, still yet to win a race this season, though. He's still got about 4 races left to go, 5 races to go, I should say, in the season to try to do so here, counting this race at Wilkesboro. And it looks like the yellow flag, and I say the board blinking caution, so yellow flag's flying for the first time here today at Wilkesboro. And it looks like it's Gene Sanford in 98. Looks like it's spun. So first caution of the day flying on lap number 6. And turn 4 is usually a trouble spot at Wilkesboro. They come off turn number 4 here as Jackson Haywood comes right into Ryan Brommer since Haywood spin sideways and into Gene Sanford's car as they come off turn number 4 across the start-finish line. And Sanford goes into the wall and into the inside wall coming off turn number on the front stretch. Car hopping a little bit right there to kind of indicating she's trying to get her car to start back up, and she does. But she's still in the race, though. However, those Sanford, of course, obviously dead last right now in 41st, so because of that spin. So pace car about to duck off on the pit road again. It's Quentin Moore leads. Johnny Gardner second. Third is Cole Deaver. Fourth position right now is Levi Mcentire. Jesse Turner's fifth. Jessica Shelton is sixth. Kyle Matthews is seventh. Eighth position is Zach Rogers. Ninth is Seth Cole. And Kev Shearer runs in 10th as the green flag flies again. We're back underway at North Wilkesboro on lap number 12, excuse me. Rear bumper cam from Quentin Moore's car looking right at Johnny Gardner in the number 8 Snickers Buick. That bumper actually giving you some pretty darn good shots here at North Wilkesboro. The bank, you go through the turns, I should say. Turns banked at 14 degrees at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Laps don't take very long here at North Wilkesboro, about 20 seconds a lap. Gene Sanford coming back up on the racetrack here as she comes back up alongside the leaders, and that forced Johnny Gardner up the track. And here comes Cole Deaver to the low side. Deaver gets a little bit loose, come off turn number 4. Battle for second place going on between the 8 and the 3 cars. They come in through turn number 1. Deaver has second for the moment, but Gardner tries to pull back ahead as they go into turn number 3. Chevy on the inside, Buick on the outside, and Gardner's going to be shut to the high side. Deaver's going to go by. Here comes Mcentire to the low side in 17, and he and Turner both get loose, come off turn number 4. And Cole Deaver is going to take second place here, and Gene Sandberg kind of was here and was kind of played the role in this whole situation, I guess you might say here. Deaver used Sandberg as a pick. And off turn number 4, they come here. Shelton looked inside of Jesse Turner, but to no avail. And Turner, in the meantime, is now in the back number of Levi Mcentire. Remember, those two battled out in New Hampshire earlier this season with Levi Mcentire getting his only win of the season that race at the New Hampshire International Speedway. Turner's stays behind him. Now Shelton gets punted up to the high side, and Kyle Matthews is going to try to get around her for position. That's for 6th. And Zach Rogers is going to follow through here. Rogers gets by, or tries to go by Shelton here as he stays ahead of Seth Cole at the moment. On board with Jessica Shelton in car number 9. Shelton usually runs well here at North Wilkesboro, as we mentioned before here. She's won here twice. I think she's won both the Wilkesboro races. She's won the Holly Farms race, and she's also won the first Union 400 as well too. So, but right now she's having trouble trying to get her car back down the low side of the track here. Seth Cole's alongside of her in 52. Dylan Young right behind in number 2, and also 24, Charles Sanford. And now they're going to go 3 wide, going through turns, off turn number 2 here. Shelton's on the high side. Sanford and Young slides low on the track here. Young goes by both of them. Now Benjamin Miles gets into it, and along with Matt Mcentire in 26. They come out turn number 4, and whoa, Mcentire almost lost it. Come out turn number 4, and so did Charles Sanford back 2 here. Now Benjamin Miles gets by Sanford and Shelton both. So move the 25 up a couple spots here as they come off turn number 4. And now Mcentire hooks up behind Charles Sanford. Sanford in 24, Matt Mcentire in 26. They come down into turn number 1, excuse me. And now Keith Batson's getting into this mix too here. Batson in 28. Shelton losing spots quickly here as they go through into turn number 3. And now Batson falls in behind Matt Mcentire here. That is for, I think that's 13th, I think, between Batson and Shelton. Yes, it is. So Matt Mcentire takes 12th position. Batson trying for 13th. Now he's currently 14th at the moment. Well, make that Shelton's 14th now. Make that. And now Nathan Orman and Mitchell Collins gets into it as well, along with Joshua Osborne and Nathan Hudson. And give a call to the 10 car. Paul Minnick has moved up a few spots now in the number 10 tied for it, is at the 19th right now. Minnick has had kind of a spotty season somewhat though, but he has had some good runs here and there, but still. But running not bad right now here at North Wilkesboro right now is currently right now battling in the top 20 up ahead. As I mentioned, Nathan Hudson, they haven't skunked him this season. Hudson won the season at the night race at Bristol, Tennessee, as now he and Osborne and Shelton's going to go 3 wide, and Hudson and Osborne almost touched. And Shelton shuts the door on both Hudson and Osborne. Knowing Joshua, though, he does not give up, though, and as they go, but he ought to know, neither does Shelton. And now Paul Minnick has been kicked up to the track right now as Mike Becker goes by. Here comes Phil Parker in the 5 and the 68 car, Kev Shearer. And also right behind the number 4 car of William Brock. Brock, who, as we mentioned, won this season at Pocono, the second race over there this season. And that broke a winless streak for about I don't know how many seasons for William Brock, though, because, I mean, he'd been close a few times of winning races, so. But that number 4 car has been awfully good to Brock here, much like the 2 has been to Dylan Young and a few other number combinations, but still. Brock gets a little bit loose, come off turn number 4 here. Christian Russell's right behind him in the 7 car. Christian Russell, remember, dominated at Martinsville, the last race in the Tour. And a long way to first win for the rookie driver here, and he has has run pretty good here. His qualifying had picked up well, at least prior to this event though. He qualified about mid-pack here today at Wilkesboro, but Christian Russell, if he comes back next season though, will definitely be a contender next season. That is for darn sure. But he is running pretty strong right now in the number 7 Xerox Sport, and problems for Keith Batson. Something goes wrong with the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford here, the man who won the second Richmond race this season. And Batson was top 5 in the points coming into this event too at Wilkesboro. And this is going to hurt him in the points as Quentin Moore goes by to put Batson a lap down, and he's out of the race. Oh, brother. And we are getting word it is a gearbox failure on the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford for Keith Batson. So, and he was running about top 15 when he had the problem too. So Batson, darn shame for him as he'd been running pretty strong here today. Meantime, we're watching the battle for second position between Cole Deaver and Levi Mcentire. Remember, the 98 car, Jean Sanford, is not on the lead lap. She is in last position. Well, actually, I think she's now gotten by Keith Batson for a position, so she's now 40th. So Sanford running right up there with the leaders, actually. But again, like I said, but again, she's not on the lead lap at the moment, as I mentioned before. So, but she is a little bit far back of the 21 car, Quentin Moore, who's so far dominating this race right now here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. As we completed now, this will be 37 laps we've completed today here. We have now 23 circuits remaining in this race here. Deaver second, third position is Levi Mcentire. Levi trying to climb himself back up in the points, though. However, it's been kind of a iffy season for Mcentire. However, but nonetheless, the team keeps plugging away, though. Jesse Turner right now is in fourth position. A good day for him so far. Johnny Gardner's fifth. Sixth is Kyle Matthews. Seventh is Zach Rogers. Eighth is Seth Cole. Ninth is Dylan Young. And Benjamin Miles right now runs in 10th position, right ahead of his Hendrick teammate, Charles Sanford, in 11th. 12th is Matt McIntyre in the Quaker State Ford. 13th right now is Mitchell Collins having a pretty good run. Jessica Shelton is 14th. 15th is Nathan Hudson. 16th is Mike Becker. 17th is Nathan Ormond. Battling for 18th here, Phil Parker and Joshua Osborne. Parker's 18th, Osborne's 19th, Kev Shear's 20th, Christian Russell's 21st. 22nd is Rob Evans, 23rd is William Brock, 24th is Matt Haas, 25th is Ryan George, 26th is Jackson Haywood. Battle for 27th between Ryan Brommer and Paul Minnick. Cat Batson's in 29th position. 30th is Jay Jefferson. 31st is Jacob Thibodeau. Then Henry Sanford. Dylan Poteet's 33rd. He usually runs well at Wilkesboro. I don't know why he's not today. Zachary Fitzwater in 35th. 36th, and there you see the rest of the field right now. They're Laura Chung, Alex Miller, Adam Garcia in the 11. Jordan Anderson in the 90, and Wade Brummer in the 70. And again, Jean Sanford's in 40th position right now, but she will not finish dead last. That's the good news for her, at least. But zooming away is Quentin Moore, the number 21 Citgo Ford. He won the season at Watkins Glen and had that heartbreaking loss in the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis this season. And he got doggone close to winning that race, and as well as the Southern 500 at Darlington. He got close to winning that race too, though, but so Quentin's car's been running very strong this season, though, the number 21 Citgo Ford. And mind you, too, Quentin has never been in championship contention like he is this season, though. As we mentioned, he's 15 points behind Shelton coming into his race. And if they hold their positions there, he is going to take the points lead coming into Charlotte, which is next on the tour, for the Mellow Yellow 500. So the Citgo Ford running awfully strong here today. And you remember it was Quentin who led every lap in the first Union 400 last season, and he won that race too. Riding on board with Kyle Matthews in number 42. Matthews running in 6th position right now. See the speedometer, 94 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2, and then goes into turn number 3, up to about 126 miles an hour, and down to about 6,000 RPMs in the middle of 1 and 2, and now goes up into turn number 1, I should say, or he was in 3 and 4 when I mentioned. And up to about 9,100 RPMs in the middle of 3 and going into turn number 3, and down about 6,000 again in the middle of 3 and 4. And up to about 9,250 in the RPMs there. So about what we saw them turning at Martinsville, the last race on the tour. And the speed up to about 127 miles an hour going into turn number 3 as now Levi Mcentire goes inside of Cole Deaver. Sanford really holding the leaders up, though, and that's why it's all but letting Quentin Moore pull away from the whole field. So Gene Sanford's kind of helping Quentin right now win this race, possibly, if he holds on, but let's not get ahead of ourselves because we're down to 10 laps to go, and anything can happen in 10 laps, and a mechanical failure, as we saw with Keith Batson, can strike any of these drivers. And there's a look from inside the leader's car, Quentin Moore. Except as he's turning all by himself. Down to about 89 miles there in the middle of 1 and 2. Or in the middle of 3 and 4, I should say. 128 in the turn number 1. And down to about 93 miles there in the middle of 1 and 2. Now goes into turn number 3. 127 miles an hour, and down to about 58.50 going into turn third turns into turn number 3 and 4 here, and up to about 9,100 RPMs in the middle of 1 and 2. So, or going into 1 and 2, I should say. Quentin now has come into 6 laps remaining right now as we rode on board with him for a few laps around this track. 6 laps to go. Position staying status quo right now for the moment there. Kyle Matthews now trying to go inside of Johnny Gardner. Didn't quite work on him here as they go through off turn number 2. Matthews now trying to trying to stay close to the back bumper though, but as they go into the 3rd turn now, I tell you that 98 car is not making any friends right now though among the leaders there because they're just letting that 21 because she's just letting that 21 car pull away from everybody else. Three laps remaining. Two to go now as Quentin Moore has just checked out from this whole field. He has got a very substantial lead right now on the field as they go off turn number 2. Number 21 sit go forward. We'll see the white flag this time by as they come off turn number 4. As the white flag will wave over Quentin Moore. He has 1 lap remaining. It'll be his second win at North Wilkesboro if he holds on. He won the first Union 400 last season in season 25 with the Quaker State Buick. Here and now he'll take the 1992 Morgan Shepherd covers the victory lane and takes the point lead as well too. I think if I did my math correctly, but nonetheless, Quentin Moore wins the Holly Farms 400 at North Wilkesboro. And that's going to be a big statement towards what could be a championship for this man here. As we are now down to 4 races remaining on the season here for season 26 here, but a dominating win for the 21 Citgo board of Quentin Moore, the 1992 Morgan Shepherd colors. Goes to victory lane here today. Second is Cole Deaver. Third position will go to Levi Mcentire. Fourth will go to Jesse Turner, and Johnny Gardner holds off Kyle Matthews to finish 5th. Matthews will finish 6th. Zach Rogers 7th. 8th, Seth Cole. 9th, Dylan Young, and Benjamin Miles comes home in 10th. So 30 races are in the books, and 4 are left to go here on the season. Charlotte, Rockingham, Phoenix, and Homestead. That's all we got left on the season. Rest of the finishing order, Charles Sanford comes home 11th. 12th, Matt McIntyre. 13th, Mitchell Collins. A great day for him. A good run for him as he holds off one of the best in Jessica Shelton and finishing 14th. Shelton, a decent run, but obviously not what she needed points-wise as well, too. Especially considering her points rival isn't won the race, too. But still, could be worse. Could have been worse for the number 9 team here. Anyway, the Nathan Hudson 15th, 16th will go to Mike Becker. Then Nathan Orman, Bill Parker, Joshua Osborne, and Kev share the top 20. 21st on down. Christian Russell 21st here. 22nd will go to Rob Evans and William Brock. Matt Haas, Ryan George, Jackson Haywood, Ryan Brommer, Paul Minnick, Kat Batson, and Jay Jefferson the top 30 in car number 30, I might add. Jacob Thibodeau, Henry Sanford, Dylan Poteet, Zachary Fitzwater, Laura Chung, Alex Muir, Jordan Anderson, Wade Brummer, Adam Garcia, and Gene Samper was the finishers of the race here. Keith Batson was the only car out of the race in 41st position. That's going to hurt him in the points, too, because he was top 5 coming into this race here. And 39 cars finished on the lead lap. Gene Samper was the only car to finish not on the lead lap and 2 laps down. And like I said, she made a lot of enemies, too, I think, with second place on down, too, because I think they were having trouble trying to get by her. But nonetheless, though, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Anyway, that will do it here today at North Wilkesboro Speedway. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interests, we got gaming videos, whatever the person of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, which is in full swing on this channel. I guarantee his races are a lot better than what I have to offer, too. I guarantee you that. But anyway, check out the series, and you will not regret doing so neither. Average speed of 99.074 miles an hour and a victory margin of 1.5 seconds here. Quentin Moore dominates today at North Wilkesboro Speedway as he wins the Tyson Holly Farms 400. For now, this is James Goss. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Mellow Yellow 500.